Hi guys, today I have a very important video for you. It's very important because in this video I'm going to be teaching you how to make changes to an existing passage plan. So if you are going to change the route midway while your passage plan is in use or while your route is in use, how do you go about changing that? I will go into the ECDIS system and show you how to do it practically so that you can do the same at sea. The important thing here is to make sure that when you create a new route, your existing route is also incorporated together with it. Let me show you by example. What is it that I mean? So guys, don't laugh at my drawings. I know they are terrible drawings, but the drawings here are just to convey the point. Now let's say, for example, your vessel is going from Durban to Singapore, and you have started the passage from waypoint 1, and you'll be going through waypoints 2, 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth till you reach the port of Singapore. Now let's say after you cross waypoint 3 and before you arrive waypoint 4, you have been told that you have to go to a new port. Let's say the new port is Melbourne. Now after waypoint 3, you have to make a new route which will take your ship to Melbourne. So you have to create a new series of waypoints, something like this. But you have to remember that you don't create a new passage now, you don't create a new route. You have to keep your old route and then incorporate the new route in such a way that that becomes the complete passage plan. So you may get rid of the old waypoints 4, 5 which were taking you to Singapore, but you have to take into account that you did traverse through waypoint 1, 2, 3, and then after waypoint 3 at a certain point you start your new route from a new waypoint going to waypoint 5, 6 going to Melbourne. So you can't just say that I'm going to forget what I did with the previous waypoints 1, 2 and 3. I'm going to start a new passage. No, you have to keep your existing passage and then incorporate the new route in such a way that the new route together with whatever you have traversed in the last 3 waypoints becomes the new passage plan, so that all the calculations are done accordingly. That will make your life easier, and if you have to give any information to the master as a watchkeeping officer, that will be easier. Your job will become easier. So now we will go into the ECDIS system and I'll show you how to do that. Of course, I will not show you Durban and Melbourne and Singapore. I'll just take an example because I just want to show you how to do it, but you can do it to any passage and it will give you the practical knowledge of doing so. So let's get into the ECDIS system and see how we can do it. All right. Alright guys, so here you can see in this video my vessel is in waypoint number 2 and I am going to waypoint number 3. This is my original route. This is where I was supposed to be going. But just after waypoint 2 I have been told that I will not be going to waypoint 3. Instead I will be going to, let's say, this position here where I am pointing with my cursor. Alright, I have not chosen any ports here. I have just chosen a random position assuming that this is the port of destination. So after waypoint 2 now, instead of going to waypoint 3 in my existing route, I have to go to this new position which I pointed with my cursor. So how do I go about doing that? I'll go to route, I go to manage route, and then go to my existing route. My existing route is route number 2. So I'll go to my existing route and then unmonitor it. So I have to first unmonitor my existing route to make any changes. Alright, then I press on new. I will create a new route now which will take me to the new port of destination or to this new point here. This point, and I click from this new point here. Always click from the port of destination because that makes it easier for you to create that route. Always start from port of destination and work your way backwards. Now you can see when you do that, your waypoints are not numbered correctly. They are numbered 1 from the port of destination. So don't worry about that. We'll change it. So once we have listed the waypoints, we'll end insert and we have got this new route now. So what we will do is we will first validate this new route. So we'll click on validate. And here I have chosen validate unattended, which is the faster way of doing it, not necessarily the correct way of doing it. You should ideally be using validate and view, which helps you to validate each leg of the passage, monitor the alarms, monitor the any changes required before you proceed. But I am using validate unattended here just to make the process faster, so that because the video is then shorter. So once my validation is done, I will name the new route. So my old route was route number 2. My new route, I will name it route number 3. And I will save it. Alright. So now I've saved my new route, but I have to incorporate it with the existing route. So what I'll do is I'll click all the waypoints and then first reverse it so that I get the numbering correct. So now you can see they are numbered correctly. The last waypoint is at the port of destination or at the point of destination.
But once I reverse it, I will validate it again. And again here I am using validate unattended just to make the process faster. You should ideally be using validate and view. Alright. Once the validation is done, I will save the new route. But I want to incorporate these waypoints now with my existing route. So I will select on all and then copy it. So I will copy all this and then I'll show you, I will intentionally make a mistake to show you what mistake you can make. So I'll go back to my old route now, route number 2, the route on which I was list waypoints. And you can see here all the waypoints are listed here. Now ideally I was going towards waypoint 3, right? I was at waypoint 2 and I was going towards waypoint 3. So my new waypoints should all come after waypoint number 2 so that it takes me to the new port of destination. But here I will intentionally make a mistake. I will put the new points after waypoint 3 just to show you what happens if you make that mistake. So remember, I was going towards waypoint 3. I had not crossed waypoint 3. So only when you cross a waypoint, you put the new waypoints after that waypoint so that you can incorporate the new waypoints in the old route. So here you can see that now I will select the waypoints from my new route. I have copied it and then now I will paste it after waypoint 3 instead of pasting it after waypoint 2. So when I paste it after waypoint 3, I click paste. You can see how the route looks. It looks funny. So although my ship is just at waypoint 2 or the old waypoint 2, now you can see how it looks funny. The route is taking me to the old port of destination as well as to the new port. So no, this is not correct. So what I will do is I will edit the waypoint. So what will I do? I will delete the old waypoint 3 because I don't want to go there anymore. So you see it has disappeared. So I'll select the waypoint, old waypoint 3 and I deleted it. When I deleted it now, you can see the new route has been created correctly. Now just where I am, I can now change or I can alter my course now and start going towards the port of destination, the new port of destination. So once I deleted the old waypoint, I will again validate the route. Keep validating it. Make sure any change you make, you should validate it. So once you validate it, and again I used validate and unattended here to make the process faster. Once you are done, now you can save the route with a new name. You can name this new route as you like. Let's say if you were going to Port of Melbourne instead of Port of Singapore, you can do that. I named it 2, so I have kept it at 2 as well. It was my choice, but you can do that. So now that your new route is corrected or changed, you have to monitor the route. So you go back and then you select the new route and you will click on display and monitor. So you have to make sure that you click back on display and monitor so that you can use the new passage plan for route monitoring. Remember, you have to click on monitor. Don't forget to monitor the route and don't forget to unmonitor it before you make any changes. So I hope this video was
for understanding how to make changes to an existing passage plan so that you can go to a new route or a new port of destination. Alright, so going back to the video, you can assume that my route number 2 was taking me from Durban to Singapore, and then in the middle of the route I was asked to go to a new point, which in this case I said could be Melbourne, but in the other video I just chose a random point on my ECDIS screen so that I could record the video at one go and show it to you. But just after you cross the waypoint, remember you have to incorporate the new route. So you create the new route in the ECDIS system and then incorporate it with your old route, making sure that you do take into account the old waypoints you have traversed and then delete the waypoints that you didn't have to go to, taking you to the old route, and then incorporate it. Make sure that you validate it frequently. Any change you make to the route, you must validate it. Try to use validate and view so that you can view each leg of the passage. Save it and make sure that your waypoints are numbered correctly, and watch that video again if you thought that video was a bit fast for you, but watch it again, and if you have any questions, post it in the comment section. Thank you guys. Bye for now.